Hi, my name's Hannah, and I'm in the midst of a lifestyle journey. Basically, what I mean by that is that I'm transforming my life by improving my body, mind, and spirit. In this video, I'm going to share with you a really simple tool so that you can get started on your own journey. I'm also going to share my personal story about how I went from being someone who was wanting to die to the person that I am today who's really excited about living life. So, if you'd like to learn how you can start transforming your own life, then keep watching. The tool that I'm going to share with you in this video is something that has really helped my mindset. The best part is that it's free, it's easy, and it can be a lot of fun to do. I'm going to share details later in the video, but first I want to share my personal story so that you can see how I got to where I am right now. I lived most of my life thinking that I didn't really have very much control over it. I would let my past define my present, which was then defining my future. Instead of acknowledging that there were things that I could and could not control in my life, I pretty much came to the conclusion that I didn't really have any control at all. I allowed myself to fall victim to the lies that my brain was telling me, and I ended up in a really dark place. About a year and a half ago, it's when it started getting pretty overwhelming. I was having a hard time with my body image. I was feeling like I could never be good enough for anyone. I felt like a failure, and I was struggling to find my purpose in general. It got so bad that the anxiety that I had been feeling for most of my life became really, really severe, and I started developing pretty severe depression to the point that I was kind of hoping that I didn't wake up the next day. I knew that I didn't want to keep living like this, and so I decided that I had to take more of an active role in my life and try and figure out if there was any kind of triggers or things that I could do to calm these feelings down. What I realized was that if I wasn't sitting still or lying around, then some of the anxiety would go away. So what I ended up doing is that I went onto YouTube and I found an exercise program that I could do. I started doing it, and the thing that I found was that a lot of my anxiety was going away whenever I would do it. And the thing was that when I was noticing that there was something that I could do for my anxiety, I realized that maybe there's other things that I can do for my depression and some of the other negative feelings that I was having. This is when I started to realize that a lot of things are connected, much more than I ever realized. For example, when I started eating right and being active and exercising, then my overall health was improving and I was getting energy that I had never felt before. When I started implementing positive mindset techniques into my life, like not judging others, I found that I wasn't judging myself so much, and I was starting to trust myself more. Now, this brings me to the tool that I want to share with you today. It's a simple yet effective one, and it's simply writing out the things that you want to see change in your life. It's really important to do this because it takes something that's a figment of your imagination, and by writing it down, it allows you to visualize it in a new way and make it seem like it's actually a possibility. Don't feel silly if you happen to come up with things that maybe seem a little too out of this world to happen. Write them down. You never know what's going to happen, and if you write it down, you're more likely to actually work towards that goal. Now, there might be some things that are a little bit unrealistic from actually happening, but it doesn't hurt to write those things down because you're still listening to what your body is longing for, and that's really important. I encourage you to get really creative with this and have a lot of fun. If you're an artistic person, paint a picture or draw something really cool with the things that you want to achieve. Maybe you're really organized and you want to put them in a planner. Or you can be like me and get some post-it notes, write out the things you want to achieve, and put them all over the doors in your room. This should be an exciting first step in your journey because you never know what exactly is going to happen. When you're writing it all down, everything is a possibility, and that's really exciting. I'll be putting a couple links in the description below. One is to my Instagram so that you can get an idea of what kind of fun things you can come up with. And the second link is to a template that you can download so that if you want to just figure out what your goal is and steps you have to take to achieve that goal, then you can just print that off and get started. Whatever you decide to do with this tool is totally up to you. You can be as simple or as complex and creative as you'd like. Lastly, I want to take a moment to encourage anyone who might be struggling with mental illness or is going through a really rough time in their life. I understand that the tools and tips that I suggest in these videos might seem really overwhelming to get started with, and I can't make any promises that what's worked for me will work for you. But I have found that these steps have really had a positive change in my overall life, even if they didn't take away all of the hardships that I have to deal with. Some things may resonate with you more than others, and that's perfectly fine. They're not meant to be strict rules, they're simply suggestions based on what's helped me and what I think could possibly help a lot of other people too. Take what you feel like you can get out of these videos. Or if you're really overwhelmed on where to start, just pick the easiest things. Your journey might look completely different than mine. Maybe you're somebody who's already really healthy, but you want to work on your mental state. Or maybe you're somebody who's already really positive, but you want your health to be better so that you can do all of the things that you dream of. Or maybe you're somebody who needs to work on lots of different aspects. Whatever it is, that's fine. We're not here to judge. We're here to lift each other up, and that's what I want this channel to be about, because we're all on a different journey. We're all going to get there at different times, and we should all help each other along the way. So I hope that you'll join me for this journey, because it's going to be awesome. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing so that we can go on the journey of finding our happiest, healthiest, best selves together. Also, I would love to get to know you guys more, so please leave a comment introducing yourself.